From Jerry Lorenzo himself, it's a shoe that should only be judged by the emotion it gives the kid when he first sees it, however it makes him feel. We live in a day and age when images are leaked left and right and products are leaked without consideration and emotional attachments. I'm aiming to give a visceral experience. Well, that's one hell of a way to describe a shoe, and that's exactly what you get when you open the Nike Fear of God 1 in black from 2018. You see all of the presentation here with it. The big orange box, the actual tote bag itself, the additional bag that will hold all of the extras, because you don't just get one set of laces, you get quite a few and 2 sets of lace locks. With those set aside, it's time to actually unbox the shoe itself. Now, you guys have seen this because it's not new. It's from 2018, but it's a Grail model for me. It's the Grail model for me, and it's finally in my possession once again, this time in black. Talk about changing the game with a never before seen model. Now, there's a lot of inspiration from different places, and you can see it all throughout the shoe. So if you look on the back, the actual brand itself, Fear of God, is present on the heel. We have Nike Air there, or the Nike symbol for sportswear, because we gotta show homage to what it's really coming from. Fear of God on the back zipper, and then a double stacked air zoom unit. Now, this is a point of contention for people because you have the zipper on the back, this really high profile shoe that makes it difficult to get into. We'll talk about that. Air Fear of God on the interior of the shoe, the additional mesh, it does add just a lot of comfort, but also some breathability there. And then you have his grandfather's service number on the midsole itself. Now, for lacing, personally, I like to wrap my laces around the back, bring them around the front, and then I feed both of the laces through the actual lace lock itself, so the lace ends will lay just atop of the front of the sneaker itself. My apologies, it's not shown here, but the insole itself will read 06102425 or Joshua 10:24-25. That is Jerry Lorenzo's, or one of his favorite Bible verses. And just remember, do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Be strong and courageous. This is what the Lord will do to all the enemies you are going to fight. And we know Jerry's faith is everything to him. It's in the forefront of everything he does, regardless if it's his own brand or another brand he's working with. And I really appreciate that. All right, the on foot. Everyone says they actually don't care for this shoe because they can't get it on. I cannot relate. I'm easily able to get the shoe on and off. Now, due to the limited availability of a 6, which would be true to size, hey, I got to get what I can get, which is a size 7. I won't lie, because I'm wearing this for lifestyle. I'm quite okay going up a size because I'm just wearing it for lifestyle. I'm not wearing these as a performance pair. They won't be on court, at least this specific pair. I would say maybe if you want to get these and you don't want to run into the issue of more difficulty in getting them on foot and taking them off, maybe go up a half size. They give you extra length, I will be honest, but I'm always afraid of a shoe being too narrow, and no thank you there. All right, let's go through a few looks here. The Fear of God Essentials women's crop on, the Nike Fear of God jacket in the cream tone, the Fear of God 7th collection camo pants. You guys know this is one of my absolute favorite pair of pants. Picked these up on the 70% off discount last year. And yes, I'm anxiously awaiting for them to hold another deep sale. That would be awesome for my pockets, because I don't want to pay full price for mainline items, but you can certainly mix mainline, Fear of God, and Nike. Okay, I may or may not look like I should be on set for one of the campaigns. So the Nike Fear of God crew neck, gray. I'm wearing a size extra small. I really want to double up on this crew neck so I have a much larger fit, but the draping of the sleeves, amazing. And then wearing a pair of the black shorts. They're not reversible. They are just super thin, and you can see the white lining that is underneath. You have the long draw cords and the Legacy women's Jordan socks in white. Moving along, my Rihanna Super Bowl t-shirt. It finally arrived. It's in collaboration with Mitchell and Ness. Picked this up on Fanatics, paired with the Zara leather jacket, the H&M wide leg pants. I just love the tone-on-tone play with Rihanna's hand itself, and then the pants, and very simple, a little bit more dressed up than what you've seen previously. As you can see, you can wear pants stacked atop of the sneaker itself, or pants with a wider leg bottom hem that falls fully over the sneaker. And because people say this shoe is far too difficult to get on, yeah, I'll actually show myself putting the shoe on here in the middle. But wearing the brand new Nike Fear of God warm up in black, it's a medium, so it's definitely oversized on me. I'm looking just like one of the models in the campaign. A Nike sportswear Just Do It crew neck, and then also the Nike Fear of God black and white tie-dye pants. The final look here, the Nike Fear of God t-shirt in oatmeal in a size medium, the Nike Fear of God nylon pants in the lighter bone colorway, and then my favorite H&M hooded cardigan from the men's section. I'm wearing a size medium in black. Again, it's one of my favorite pieces in my collection overall. So here you have quite a few looks for the Nike Fear of God 1 in black from 2018, a Grail pair. One more added to the collection, another colorway for the Fear of God 1. We already know I am chasing these like infinity stones. These are my infinity stones, and I love the meme on Instagram and Twitter where it says, hey, if me setting boundaries for my emotional peace makes me the villain, then call me Thanos. You can absolutely do that, okay, in all walks of life. Me securing my Fear of God ones, okay, it brings me peace, sensible peace, because I plan ahead financially to pick these up. Why? Because it's not like they're just the run-of-the-mill $150, even $200 sneaker. When they originally dropped for retail, they were $350. And I've spoken on this before. I rationalized away me wanting to spend that, realizing now that was just the wrong decision, because you think of all of the other things, right? There's an opportunity cost. If I spend $350 on one singular item, then that means there are at least 3 to 4 other things that I can't get. So let's just do the math here. $350 for one singular pair of Nike Fear of God ones. That's a Fear of God hoodie, sweatpants, if we're talking essentials, maybe a crew neck, and then also a t-shirt. So in my mind back then, I was still thinking of the process. Okay, eventually I want to build up to having my collection. You got to remember, I started late. I admired Jerry for a very long time, but 2018 to 2019 was just a whole lot that was going on. So it was really in 2020 where I was able to start doing a lot, like going for every and anything that I wanted, sensibly, still within budget. And I've been able to acquire, you know, a collection of items that really fits my evolved style. Really neutral. I love the fits, the proportions, the draping. It all works for me, and I think that's what's really important. Find a brand, a designer, models, colorways that work for you and your style, and continue to hone in on that and fine tune it. Like it will still change over time. We've seen Jerry's style of how he designs and the items that he puts out from collection to collection. It changed, right? At first, it took anywhere from 3 to 4 tops to get the specific draping and silhouette that he wanted. And then when you really pay attention to, I think like the Nike Fear of God crew neck, he's spoken on this before, instead of it taking multiple pieces, it was just one singular piece because he got the draping right on the width of the sleeves, but the perfect crop style of the actual bottom hem itself. So there was learning, he adapted, he moved forward in the vision of clothing that he wanted to create. And you know, I eventually did that, in the value that I saw. And that's what it really came down to, the value of one specific item versus trading that in for many items. And listen, I would much rather have bit the bullet on $350 versus the $688 total that I spent on this pair and whatever the other pair, the oatmeal pair that you guys voted on in 2021. That was $700, I think, or maybe just over or just under. So grand total, we're right at about $1,400, but it was $1,400 sensibly done, at least in my opinion. I saved up, I had a sinking fund for the oatmeal pair. I had an additional stream of income come in for the black pair from 2018. I didn't have to break stride with investing or savings goals every single month, nor chasing retail pairs. That doesn't mean I necessarily secured the retail pairs that I wanted in this time, or even in 2021, but it's the point that I didn't have to break stride. And I think that's what it means to go for a bigger ticket item without breaking the bank. Now, resale will never be for everyone, and you have to do what works for you. If you're someone that feels no shoe is worth paying over $500 for, awesome, I don't knock that. That's for you. I have to do what's okay for me and works for me. You have to do what works for you. So, chasing these, what's the next pair? The next pair, I would say, even though there's some pushback by people because they say the light bone doesn't age well. So I am taking that into account, but light bone would likely be the next one. and then the orange colorway. Once we move past orange, it gets a little dicey for me. I could then go for the question. Actually, you know what? I might go for the question and then the orange pair. And then beyond that, it gets a little difficult because I have to go like large as I can go is a 7. And some of these, the most sensible size, the smallest size would be a 7. So I'm kind of stuck right there. And if you guys didn't catch Eddie Wynn's recent video on, he spoke on sizing for a sneaker and choosing to size up rather than down or going true to size. And I will have a follow-up video of my own because he spoke so much truth in that. But because I'm wearing these as lifestyle pairs and not on-court performance pairs like a Diamond DeShields does, I am okay with going a half size up or a whole size up for the comfort and wearability, again, as a lifestyle pair. So I'll continue to go after 6.5s or 7s. I have no issue putting them on. If you do, I'm terribly sorry. Hopefully this video gave you a really good look at an awesome pair from 2018. How I choose to rock it, there are endless possibilities. I got tired as a one-woman team that does all of this. So thank you again so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate you. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.